Some time back, a friend said to me, "You endure your pain alone. We can never guess what you're going through internally." Her words were not entirely wrong. Not because I didn't want to share or wish to hide, but because life had simply unfolded in that way. When I needed the most support, no help arrived. Not once, not twice, but almost every time. Sometimes circumstances separated me from people I trusted. Sometimes people didn't have the depth to understand what my inner world looked like. And when that happens from early on, we train ourselves to deal with our own storms. The deeper the heart feels, the more understanding and safer space it needs. It is not intentional silence. Life builds it into you without asking for your permission. You learn to listen to yourself first, because no one else can hear the inner tremors moving inside you. Some people grow up with emotional scaffolding. Others learn to carry storms in silence. I was raised in an environment that vomits out puppets of society. I was scolded for asking weird questions. Growing up, I became a dependable friend to many, but I rarely had anyone I could hold when I shattered. In my journey, I had never fully cried my heart out in front of anyone. It is nothing to be proud of. It is sad. Only 3 people at different times felt safe enough to show my deepest wounds. 2 died, and 1 abandoned. You might also have been in my shoes, finding no one when you desperately want some. Your cries may have fallen more on a dead wall rather than landing on a soft heart. I know how sad it is when you want to open, but don't find anyone. And when you find it, they cannot hold your intensity. And when people may hold your intensity, you don't want to disturb them with your turmoil. This sometimes shapes our life journey. Lonely, battered, but strong. It is not your fault. It happens mostly when your heart is highly sensitive, because a sensitive heart feels so much that words can't explain. They need a vast space of soulful understanding and silent presence that doesn't abandon them. And when you don't find it, you learn to hide your pain in a shell. You learn to deal with darkness alone. Your shell becomes your safe zone when no one provides one. And in those heartbreaking moments, it is easy to condemn life. It is easy to self-blame and feel undeserved. You may feel life is punishing you, but it is not true, because sometimes when you drown in the deepest ocean, you don't die. You come out as a beacon of hope. Not just to the self, but to the world as well. Because sometimes the universe's intelligence asks you to rely on yourself more. It may be shielding you from false influences that may put you on the wrong track. And when your sensitivity meets your inner strength, it transforms lives, not just yours, but of others as well. The right question. Sensitive people may talk to many people. Their open hearts hug everyone, but often they struggle themselves. Sharing intense emotions can be overwhelming unless they find a container where they can securely vomit all of it. Why? Because the heart is like a flower. Nobody can forcefully open its petals, not even you. But when it meets the right nourishment and sunlight, the closed, fragile petals open up. Until then, all the struggles are bottled and battled solely. You learn to become your own anchor. So is that a bad thing? Becoming your own anchor? Maybe the right question to ask is, what do we learn when we learn to fight our battles silently? Life does nothing without a reason. If life has thrown a situation that feels not so right, that means we have to learn our lessons. When life's fires engulf us, we learn our shortcomings, form a deep understanding of our traumas, see our healing pattern, and become our sunshine. The huge lesson is that you form an undeniable, unshakable bond with yourself. You understand your storms rather than fear them. You become your rock-solid supporter and cheerleader. Sensitivity is not weakness. It is depth without shields. The more sensitive you are to life, the safer space your heart needs to open. When that space is missing, the heart keeps the self close, not out of coldness, but to protect its own softness. Sensitivity can make you deeply porous to suffering. It breaks you open when you encounter someone else's pain. Recently, my heart broke when I learned about Yu Minglong, Chinese actor. I had never heard his name before. Yet my heart cried for his suffering, the silent helplessness he carried for over a decade, and his agonizing death. Sensitive hearts absorb the pain and suffering, not because they are fragile, but because they feel the world without filters. Yes, it makes you soft, but it also gives you an inner strength that is impossible to fake. You understand pain in ways only those who have lived through silent storms can understand. Over time, my reasons for not sharing changed. Earlier, I had no one who could truly understand. Now I know others cannot fully understand some experiences, and no one can guide me better than the deeper knowing that lives inside me. People may offer support. Many genuinely care, but not everyone can hold the depth of someone who feels life intensely. Many people can listen to your words, but only a rare few can hear the quiet ache behind them. Sometimes what you need most is not someone's advice, but your own presence, your own ability to sit with your pain without rushing it. After a long, lonely journey, now my inner wisdom knows where my pain comes from, what it needs, and how it must move through me. Then solitude becomes a healer rather than a punishment. When you survive the strongest storms alone, you form an intimate connection with yourself. The storm may break you open from inside, but when everything calms again, when your pieces heal, you emerge as your own biggest healer. It is a blessing if you find someone where you can bear open your heart fully. Someone who sees through your mess and is patient enough to hold you when you burn from the inside. These people touch your depths without effort. Explanations become unnecessary. They feel the essence of your heart. Sensitive hearts don't need a crowd. They need one person who can hold. But if you don't have that person now, it does not mean life has abandoned you. Life sometimes guides us inward, so we learn to self-support before anyone else can hold space for us. When your heart finds that one safe space, share. It is beautiful. And when you feel you are not ready, don't push yourself. The heart knows where it can open and where it must remain silent. Trust that intelligence. It rarely misleads. You may be going through your storms. You may feel lonely and abandoned at times. Reason can be anything, but whenever you are stuck in a deep struggle, your pain needs movement to leave your system. Sometimes it happens in someone's hugs, in silence through tears, through creativity, or simply allowing yourself to shatter and feel everything without judgment. Healing happens when you stop forcing your heart to behave and start letting it speak. A human support system is a gift. But even if it is absent for now, life has its own way of supporting you in the unseen background. It strengthens you, not hardens you. You become someone who can sit with another person's suffering without flinching. When you know your own darkness intimately, you don't fear someone else's. You hold space naturally, instinctively, and compassionately. This is the beauty you see when you emerge from your dark tunnel and see life. You become a channel of healing effortlessly. Your lonely phases are not proof of abandonment. They are periods of refinement that carve your resilience, deepen your sensitivity, and form an inner strength that you'll share with others in ways you can't imagine right now. When you rise again, and you will, your pain will have turned into wisdom. Your silence turns into compassion. Your loneliness turns into a bridge for others. Then you understand without explanation, heals without trying, Your presence alone eases others' storms. Your loneliness is not an accident. It is shaping you into someone life can trust.